In our next edition of Black Gay Spaces, we should definitely go back to the 1920s and 30s to the poppin' boppin' parties that were held in Wallace Thurman's boarding apartment in Harlem, New York. Wallace Thurman and other liberal black artists of the time like Zora Neale Hurston, Langston Hughes, and Richard Bruce Nugent were pushing back against the conservatism and black elite rhetoric that was coming from other black thought leaders of the time like Alain Locke. Wallace would call this group of artists and like-minded African Americans the niggerati, an ironic mixture of the term literati, meaning a well-educated group of people interested in literature, and the derogatory American term for African Americans. The term was used in jest to differentiate the artists from black leaders who were overly concerned with integrating into white society. Thurman and his associates were known for throwing gay-friendly parties throughout Harlem at their residences, which would eventually be the social gatherings that were the backdrop of the Harlem Renaissance itself. Thurman would call his residence Niggerati Manor, where he and Richard Bruce Nugent got together and created the very first black gay publication in the United States entitled Fire Magazine. The Fire Magazine would be a publication celebrating black artists and would feature the first published piece of literature featuring black gay same-sex intimacy entitled Smoke, Lilies, and Jade by Richard Bruce Nugent himself. Though Fire Magazine would only release one issue, its legacy and the freedom it stood for has persevered. The writers would eventually try to release another, similarly artistically focused magazine entitled Harlem, but the publication would only have one issue as well. Though Niggerati Manor may have seemed like a short-lived experience for many of the authors and artists involved, who would have had decades-long careers afterwards, the romantic notion of a black gay party house sounds like an exciting part of our history. In the 2004 film Brother to Brother, starring Anthony Mackie, the film follows black gay characters including Richard Bruce Nugent, who sees flashbacks of the Niggerati Manor and their inclusive parties.